Killing an exact clone of yourself would probably be the easiest murder to get away with, since the only victim's DNA would be found on the scene of the crime.
Killing an exact clone of yourself would probably be the easiest murder to get away with. All right, first of all,
you'd be the only.
It's not the easiest murder to get away with because it's not the easiest thing to have happen.
Right.
To have an exact clone of yourself.
And if the DNA was the same, you'd be the only suspect for the murder.
Would you though? Because they would think you're dead. They'd find your body. You know what I mean? Like, why would you murder this person if you didn't want them to be dead?
Are we talking about a clone that people know exists?
That's the thing, man. This is so vague that it could be any weird reality.
All right, let's.
Because like we're already putting ourselves in a world where, first of all, exact clones of yourself are possible. Second of all, where like whatever the situation is in where you need to kill your clone. I'm sure it's a cool story. But I don't know. That one's a little bit broad. The human body can recreate itself perfectly, even though humans don't know everything about it. Why do we have to know anything about it for it to be able to recreate itself perfectly? And I don't know what they mean about recreating it perfectly.
Cloning?
Is this a cloning question?
I don't know.
The human body can... I think so, like, what it means is, like, how your cells constantly replace themselves, and you always maintain your person. Yeah, you are the same human.
Every 6 years, y'all.
Even though humans don't know everything about it. Right, so the body in general has been doing this for millions of years, billions of years. I mean, I don't know how long, far back this has gone. But yeah, and never before have we even thought about knowing anything about it until we became conscious. So I don't think we need to start knowing everything about it. I take that back. I think we should start knowing everything about it. But I mean, it doesn't surprise me that we don't know everything about it because there's a lot in the world, actually in the universe, that needs to be known about. So it's going to take a while. It's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
Just upload it to the internet.
Just copy and paste.
We'll just keep putting all of our information and knowledge up there. And the internet might get me killed one day.
What was...
That's an interesting one.
What was World War I called before World War II?
The World War, I think. That's just my guess. I don't know, but I mean, if I was around that time and there was a World War going on, to the point where they would end up calling it World War I and World War II.
The Great War, it was called.
And the war to end all wars. One war to rule them all.
One war to
The Great War was its usual name in Anglophone countries.
Highest building in the world is in a place with the strictest laws against getting high.
Where's the highest building in the world?
I don't know. Bangkok?
Are you just guessing?
No.
Literally no one commented on it. So yeah, I don't know that it has... first of all, I don't know where the highest building in the world is, and second of all, I don't know if that place has the strictest laws against getting high, so I can't weigh in on that. This is funny. Eating way too much candy after Halloween and having a stomach ache is the kid equivalent of drinking way too much alcohol after St. Patrick's Day or New Year's and having a massive hangover. That's a hilarious analogy. And kind of true, I guess. I mean, it's not like a perfect analogy.
I don't think
there's no equivalent to that.
I don't think kids get a big headache when they wake up.
Yeah, and they're not puking consistently and like feeling sick the next day. Like it sucks for a little bit, but it's nowhere near as bad as a hangover. Don't drink. That's stupid. Ben and I don't do that.
I don't do that.
And we don't condone it. That second part is true. Halloween would be the perfect time to serve knock and announce warrants. It wouldn't be the perfect time, but it would be a funny time. Flip-flops. Alright, so here's a good one. Flip-flops are thongs for your feet. You know what's funny about that? That's so true that before they were called flip-flops, which is just an onomatopoeia for the sound that they make, before they were called flip-flops, they were called thongs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thong sandals.
Midgets are really short people. Oh, midgets and really short people can trick or treat all their lives. Yeah, but why would they want to?
I mean, if they wanted to.
Yeah, if they wanted to. Maybe there are.
Good
Maybe
for
they're
them.
like, hey, let's go get some candy. I bet it'd be great for taking their kids out, because then it would just seem like a group of kids going out. Let's see.
All right, y'all. If all literate people traditionally wrote short biographies, we'd know a lot more about our ancestors, which goes back to the recording videos.
Oh yeah,
of
that
our
we had
lives
talked about.
and
Were we recording at that point?
Yeah.
Okay. So, if all literate people traditionally wrote short biographies,
That would be so freaking cool, dude.
I disagree.
Think
but
about
tell
it.
me about it.
All right, well, I just think, I mean, there's all kinds of fiction stories about how people were living back in the past, like no technology, and it was all like work with your hands and chop the wood, and okay. But like, I think that would be so freaking cool to read about your own family, like what they did, you know?
Yeah,
like how, like stuff
in
that
terms of
happened.
genealogy, yeah, it would be cool to. Plus, you would also be able to track your ancestors a lot easier, because they would have probably written about their relatives.
Yeah, like I would like to know when my family came over, from Germany and Italy. But like that would be so freaking cool, I think. Like, I wouldn't want to know about other people's ancestors. Maybe yours, but like my family in general, like that would just be so cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's
to
really
know
not
stuff
for
like
everybody. It's just for, like he said, our ancestors.
Yeah.
And I guess I could agree on that. But I disagree in that if literate people traditionally wrote short biographies. So there's where I have my qualms, is that, A, short biographies are not going to tell you much at all. You know what I mean? About anybody. That's like, hey, I like playing sports, and, I'm from a small town in Michigan, and my favorite color is green. That's a short biography. So if it was a biography...
Okay, yeah, I agree with you.
That would make a little more sense, because then I could get a little more, information out of than just a short biography.
That'd be kind of lazy of them, too, to just do a short biography.
Right, yeah.
You know?
But I think traditionally, if, like, a house had a thing where they had, like, a certain member of their family was dedicated to biography, documenting the family, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I think in the future that will actually probably be a thing. And it kind of is now, where like you have like that one person in your family who likes to just take pictures of like everything, or like take videos at everything.
Usually the mother of a family.
Yeah, let me get a picture, post it on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. And everyone's just like, why? But later they'll be
so that's
like...
kind of happening now, in a sense. It's just that we're not writing short biographies like we had talked about. We're documenting them in
now
video and film.
It's like, it's the same thing, but it's in video and
photography.
Yeah. But back then, it would have been so freaking cool to see like
to have had that, yeah, because there are people who like their grandfather or whatever was like in a war, and they later on found like letters they had written to like their great grandmother or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just like super revealing of who they were as people.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about like what they liked to do and like what they were afraid of, and it's just like stuff that would really open your eyes up to who these people were. Yeah, that's super cool. And I also don't think that if it needs to necessarily be all literate people. And it goes back to the whole writing thing. Like, I think it would be better if currently we keep doing with the movies and pictures, because that's a way better way of capturing who you are than words, and also... it's not really fair if, like, what if your family couldn't write back then? You know what I mean? Then you wouldn't have anything.
Yeah.
So, like, at a point in time, you're going to not have any biography to go off of and sort of lose track of what was going on. So, I think it should have been, traditionally, every house, like, maybe when they did the census or whatever, had to give up, like, or not give up, but, like, submit... their biography of like their house, you know what I mean? Like these are the people. Everybody has like a little bit about them.
Yeah, that would have been so awesome.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's wrap this hot dog and some bacon.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to the podcast tonight. We really appreciate you guys tuning in and leaving those comments, sharing it, liking it. Tune in next week when we talk about your favorite subjects. Do us a favor and leave it in the comments.